Duela Africa izwe lethu Africa for Africans, those at home and those abroad. Those were the words of Marcus Garvey. Okay, welcome to our third episode of Our Story, and today we're gonna do about Booker T. Washington. Okay, my Africa, basically, let me pause on now. Who is this guy? Who is this man called Booker T. Washington? Booker T. Washington was an enslaved African who was born there in the United States of America. He was born during the year 1856, but even him himself, he's not even sure of his original date of birth. Yeah, so the name of the show is called Top 10 at Our Story. So today we have Booker T. Washington. So Booker T. Washington, he was born in 1856 and he died in 1915 on the 14th of November. So that's the first thing to know about Booker T. Washington. So the second thing is the one that put us in depth with his personality, or who is Booker T. Washington. Booker T. Washington, the second thing to know about Booker T. Washington is that Booker T. Washington, he was born in slavery day in the United States. So when he was 9 years old, the American people decided to emancipate the African slaves there. So what happened now, when he was 9 years old, he got to experience two lives: life as a slave and life as a free human being. So he got to experience the two sides of the world, you see. The other thing is, he's one of the first few African Americans to also get educated in America, and also so what he did teaching at the Hampton Institute. Then from there, his teaching qualifications are the ones that enabled him, and are the ones that enabled us to even know who's the man Marcus Garvey, because throughout his teaching career, that's who we get to this is where we get to learn Booker T. Washington. Pardon me, not Marcus Garvey, this Booker T. Washington. Okay, that's the second thing. There's a third thing to know about Marcus Garvey. The fourth thing to know about Marcus Garvey is that he actually built the Tuskegee Institute. If you go to America, Tuskegee is a big college which specializes in industrial education. That's the last time when he built it, it specialized in industrial education. So he's one of the African people who built the institute. The institute is found there in Alabama. So basically, the story of how he built the institute is quite amazing, because there was a general where he used to study at the Hampton Institute. So there, the gentleman or the principal of that school once got a call, and when he got a call from the people of Alabama said that they needed someone to help them build a school, you see. So Booker T. Washington, when he went to the school, he thought the school was there. He thought that the school was waiting for him to just teach and become the principal. Only find out there's no school, let alone there are no school buildings, and let alone there's not even a yard for the school, you see, where the school will be built. So Booker T. Washington, he comes in as this person now who has to start from scratch. He has to beg people for money to build up the school. So the school, when they started, they were working inside an old shack, and also an old church, you see, and it was not even properly sealed, or they didn't even have a proper roofing. So as a result, whenever it rained, it was difficult for the school, for the children to learn. But from there, he managed to build a school over some time, and then the school became the Tuskegee Institute. And what you should know is that the students who attended the Tuskegee Institutes, they got educated there, and it's them who built the school. If ever you did teaching at Tuskegee Institute, after your student career, you will come back at Tuskegee as a teacher. If ever you are an architect, the architect students were the ones who built the designs for the Tuskegee Institute also. So it's quite fantastic, it's quite amazing also. It's quite a motivational and inspiring story of a man, a black man who built a college for black people. Yo. So yeah, the school, the fifth thing to know about the school is that the school specialized in industrial education. That's what they did. Industrial education, this is whereby theory was combined with practical work. You see, in the industrial education, this is where they are taught of practical, the theory of the industrial work, and they are taught of the actual practice of the industrial work. For example, you have brick masons. Brick masons, what they would do is they would do it in theory class, then they would do it in practice. If ever you are taught to be an author, to write books, you are not only taught how to write books, you are also taught how to write books and make your own books and sell them. So this was the type of caliber that the Tuskegee Institute was, because the thing is, Booker T. Washington had stretched the need for an industrial education. He said education should help the African people to be able to be of service to communities which they reside in. You see, he said theories without practice, while they were unnecessary. You see. From there, the sixth thing to know about Booker T. Washington is that he promoted the idea and the concept of self-help, meaning we as African people, we must help ourselves. No one's going to come and help you. And he says that we should start small while we are thinking big. You see, self-help. This is the man this is the man that inspired Marcus Garvey. Booker T. Washington, it's him who instilled the idea of self-help into Marcus Garvey, because Marcus Garvey learned about this man, and Marcus Garvey learned that really we as Africans, it's only us who can do it. No one from anywhere, there's no race, there's no people who are going to help or build our civilization as African people. The seventh thing to know about Booker T. Washington is that before he died, Marcus Garvey had been communicating with him, because Marcus Garvey wanted Booker T. Washington to help him start a school like the Tuskegee Institute here in Africa and also in Jamaica. That's the seventh thing to know about Booker T. Washington. The eighth thing to know about Booker T. Washington is that it's him who wrote the biography of Frederick Douglass, one of the abolitionists there in America. Apart from that, the ninth thing to know about the Honorable Booker T. Washington, the Honorable Booker T. Washington, he inspired the likes of W.B. Du Bois, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, and many other scholars, you see. Then from there, the 10th thing you should know about Booker T. Washington, he was also an author, you see. So if there's a 10th thing to know about Booker T. Washington, he was also an author. He wrote a book called Up From Slavery. So this is the actual book. This book which really gets to give you an insight of Booker T. Washington, of how he grew up, because this book is like his autobiography. But here it's him who's writing this autobiography, and he's explaining his life. And at the time when he's writing the book as the principal of Tuskegee Institute. Now he's writing the book after literally building Tuskegee Institute, become an institute. This book is written after when he was pulled out of slavery. Yeah, so those are all the things that you need to know about the man Booker T. Washington. Before I leave you, let me give you one of my favorite quotes by Booker T. Washington. He says that the African people should be taught to do 3 things, which is to work hard. And when we say to work hard, we don't mean to be worked. No, work hard for ourselves. He said that we need to work hard for ourselves, and we need to save and also invest. And when he says we should save and invest, he says we should learn to save money, and this money that we have eventually it will grow. And when it has grown, we should invest in things like property and businesses. That's why he says in that way we'll be able to find our economic independence. You see. Ma Africa. That was the story. That was the story about Booker T. Washington. Remember, the name of the show is Top 10 at Ourstory, and today we are doing Booker T. Washington. Israel to my Africa, and also remember, Africa is for the Africans, for those at home and those abroad. Yes, I.